name is Geeta, and welcome to your live readings. If you'd like to get a reading, information on how to do so is in the video description below. All the readings that are ordered in this live stream will be completed in this live stream. If you miss out on your reading, you can always get your reading done, not in a live stream. I have a lot of different options available. You don't have to only get a reading while I'm live. You can order the same readings that I have that I do live privately. You can do those there, so you don't have to get them done live. This is just some people like to get them live, and so that's why I come on every once in a while to provide that for some people. So if you would like to have a reading, information is in the video description. I do not have any free readings. I'm not giving out any free readings today unless it's your birthday. Okay, I do give free readings to birth people on their birthday, believe it or not. Usually you have to order something though to get the reading, but usually I give a free quick reading with every with every reading. That, like, if you order a reading, then you get a free quick reading that day. Or I usually do the day before, day of, or the day after, just in case the person can't quite catch me on their day off, because what on their birthday, because what if I'm not online, Hey January, how are you doing? Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful day. Yeah, let's get this set up because I can't do it before I go live now. I don't even add tags. Do tags even do anything anymore? I don't feel like they do. Hashtags don't seem to do anything. We're just doing stuff willy-nilly. I think that Google is relying on the AI to do stuff. I don't know. If anybody would like to have a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description below. I'm good, January. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. So are you born in January, or just what your mama named you? I get curious about names like yours. Some people are named April and April, or they're named after somebody. You know what I mean? I get curious, what was the thought process? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I get curious, what's the story? I feel like there's a story. I want to know what the story. I always want to know what the story is. I never have you live. How are you doing? It's actually morning here tomorrow. Actually, technically afternoon. Thank you. Have you been to my Instagram? I actually sing songs and post them there. Nice word salad. Yeah, my Instagram is at GeetaGalaway. Oh, good. January's going to tell me how she got her name, because I think that is so amazing. Oh, I love that name. And you're and you could be called JJ, which is a cute, like short name. Hey, Emily, how are you doing? I love that story, January. I think that's beautiful that they're your favorite people. I love your middle name too. That they go good so good together. Yeah, tomorrow you should check out my Instagram. I sing songs. I do covers. I can't post them on here. I probably could do some of the acapella ones I do. I don't know. I might do it. I don't know. I don't really do them for attention. I just do them for me, for fun. And plus, it's so much fun. I like singing. Do you like singing? Everybody should sing, even if you suck at it. It's good for you. Good for your soul. Good for your energy. Did I tell you something? No, I don't know who you are, honey. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. It's in the video description. See, I'll show you. It's my Instagram. Hell yeah, it is. Even if you suck at it. Plus, the more you sing, you're going to get better at it anyways, even if you're not that good at it. You know what I mean? I don't ever try to discourage. A person have to be... for me to tell someone to not sing, I would have to, have a headache or some kind of migraine or something. And then... then I would still... Because it's it's hard for me to ever discourage someone from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Emily. Emily, do you have their picture? That's another way I can... For the portal part, I don't need their birthday for the... Do you know their sign? If you want to know Mega's feelings for you now, you should order a reading. Okay? I don't have free readings. There are other readers on here who... Well, some of them are scammers. Some of them are new. And a lot of them, unfortunately, they teach everybody to not pay for readings because they just think, if you go and you keep scrolling, you'll find people who are doing it for free and they just go for the free ones. But the thing is that not all readers are the same. And a lot of them are bullshit. Because, first of all, if they're not even using your real first name, it's not going to be an accurate reading. They're just throwing shit out into the ether. And it's just like throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. You know, that's basically all it is. It's not meaningful. It doesn't matter. And they're not really helping anything. If anything, they're making it more difficult for people to actually get help. Kind of ruining it for people. I try to put like, okay, so for my shorts, I do like to have the good messages. I want to be able to do more of like the angel messages. The channel message is something I'm doing that's new that I like it, and I'm already doing the long format. And I just take the one from the long format and put it in there, and allow it to come up on people's feed naturally, in case people don't feel very confident about picking their piles when they're doing pick a cards. I gotta figure out like to put a link to the video and tell them which video it is. Like there's a way to like do a stitch or something, but I don't know how to do it just yet. And I could figure it out. I got so much on my plate that I just don't ever get time to get around to stuff like that. It's okay. You know his name. I can just do mostly the card portion. Emily, that's all. I can do card, I just can't do the portal. You know? So you can still get it. I can't do the portal portion. They require at least a picture, or like the angels, they require a picture and date of birth and name. Maybe if you know his full name, that could help, but I don't want you to say it in chat. Because I'm not into like giving out people's personal information. We gotta respect that. But you can DM it to me if you want to do that, and maybe they can do something with that. Because you got to get enough to where it's like a radio, like tuning into a radio station. You got to know what the radio station is around to help get the information. I don't know if that's enough. I can ask though. I can ask them, see what they say. But you can at least get the card portion. Before, all y'all used to just get the card portion anyways. I don't really charge you for the portal portion unless you order a specific portal, a specific portal service like cord cutting, removing curses and hexes and thought forms and all that stuff, and scans to find those things. Because I do like when I do the scans, I do like for you to know what it said. I mean, I would want to know. It's like getting blood test result. That's so annoying. Have you ever had that happen where you get a blood test result and the doctor won't even tell you what it is? It's like that. It's like, I got your blood test result, but you can't know it. It's like, what? So usually I try to let people know, you know, what it is that it said. You can do health scans too. I don't really have it on there just because sometimes people like frown on it or whatever. I don't really care. They're pretty damn accurate. I'll tell you that. All right. Emily's got a mini reading. Surprising. I mean, I just did one on my dog. Because poor little Margot got into something that did not agree with her stomach. And she woke up violently ill the next day. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I had them scan her. And, okay. Let's see if it's good enough. What's the question, Emily? What does Jordan think of Emily? Coworker. Let me ask them if this is enough information to get something. Now, they may choose to do it anyways, but it is possible to be not 100% accurate. Because like I said, we can get into the range, but sometimes it's just not enough information. But we could try. Just take it with a grain of salt. Of course, the card reading is going to be totally separate. So... and that is going to be okay. Too bad you don't know his sign. I forgot what I was doing. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I think it was under there. No. There. So, as I was saying before, if anybody would like to have a reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Emily. She wants to know what he thinks about her. Do you think he could do it without a birthday? Question mark. Doop, doop, doop. Use your voice to text. Okay, they did get something, so. Alright, let's do... it's just a mini reading, right? What does he think about her? Yeah, me too, man. I got some outside, too. Sometimes you can hear them from in here. Alright, please tell me. Every time you've been coming on live during the day, it's always been my lunch break. Is that good? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think you're saying it's a good thing. Alright. If anybody would like to have a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description below. Right now I'm just doing Emily's reading. I didn't add her to the list because I'll be done by the time I type it in. What does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily, please? And thank you everybody for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. What does Jordan think about Emily? Information if you'd like to have a reading is in the video description. I don't give out free readings. There's not a free list. What does Jordan think about Emily? Please tell me, what does Jordan think about Emily? I have also other services in the video description if you're interested. Alright, please tell me, what does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily, please? What does Jordan think about Emily? Yeah, usually. I'm starting to think about Emily. Clarifying the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Well, welcome to my channel, Chris. Clarifying the Chariot. The Emperor reversed. Clarifying the Eight of Wands. Clarifying the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying the High Priestess in the reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. Just looking at it for a second, I could try to tell you what his sign might be. Let me ask them. Can you try to scan him and try to figure out like what his sign might, his sun sign might be? Yeah, I know. Huh, they're picking up Leo Aries energy from him. Emily is an Aries. Are you sure it's not bleeding over? Let me go over this. There's some kind of third-party energy here. Let's see. We're still like trying, like they have gotten signs right before by scanning the person. Hanged Man reversed. Three of Cups reversed. Six of Swords reversed. Two of Wands reversed. There's Emily. Strength. I mean, it's a Leo card, but the way it's positioned doesn't look like it's... affecting energy. Sorry about, I think it's talking about you, Emily, and it's talking about you having some kind of difficult mental transition or having a hard time walking away from something, and you're trying to gain some kind of clarity and to make a decision about your future. But the Three of Pentacles, it talks about like where you want to build like the beginning stages of a solid foundation. Part of you, like, if it's talking about your twin flame situation, which I have a feeling it could be because of these cards here, I do feel like, you know, you have like twin flame fatigue, and part of you is thinking, well, maybe I should do that. Maybe I could date this other person, which here's the trick to choose yourself. No matter what you're doing, you got to choose yourself. So when it comes to it, you have to choose yourself first. So maybe you want to stay single, but if you stay single, you shouldn't stay single because you're waiting for your twin flame. You should stay single because that's the right thing to do for you at the time. You can date other people and maybe something can happen, but there's, just so you know, there's always a chance that your twin flame is going to come back and something could happen. And obviously you should think about what you should do on that. Either way, at the end of the day, you need to focus on, you know, not having it be the reason. Like, you want to wake up and I think it's good to wake up and put makeup on, take care of your skin, do skincare. I don't know. It's good to take care of yourself and groom yourself. Right? Now, the reason why you're doing things matters. So, are you doing it because you want to impress somebody? That would not be actually the correct reason to do it, unless maybe you're going to a job interview or some shit. But other than that, you should be doing it for you, you know, because you care about yourself. You love your vessel. And you want, it's like your body's your temple. So you want to present it like you don't, Like how, you know, you wouldn't get a car. I mean, some people do. And then they just trash it. That's what you do with your body. Imagine your body is a car and you climb inside of it and you control it. That's how souls and bodies, vessels work, right? But it's like getting into a car and then, you know, spilling food everywhere and crashing into things. And, you know, if you really like and value your car, you wouldn't trash it, because what does it do? It helps you get from point A to point B, right? It helps you get around. It takes care of you. So a person who doesn't take care of themselves, it shows a lot. And so seems like a fire sign. Like, do it for you. But I'm seeing you trying to figure out why. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? It's like you're trying to understand. With the hangman in the reverse, I feel like it's trying to say for you, Emily, that there's something you're not quite seeing when it comes to the third party situation. And you could find out more via like some kind of angel messages type of reading. But I think I want to actually let me know what you think. Part of me wants to do like angel messages or something in the beginning of the live stream like I used to do. So when people at least watch it on playback, there's something to watch. I don't know if I want to do a full ass pick a card, but either way, it's like you're trying to figure out like what is the right thing to do. The right thing to do is always to choose yourself, you know. And then when you're choosing yourself, you gotta ask why you're choosing that. Are you choosing it just you know, make yourself feel better or to seek validation? That's not a good reason to do things. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why we do things, and intention matters. The reason why we do things matters. You can do the same thing as another person, but in some people, what they're doing, like spiritually and manifesting wise, it works for them. You know, like why you're doing something matters. People try to think it doesn't matter, but it does. Intention's everything. If you have a friend and say your friend, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something simple. Maybe they pocket your lighter. You know, maybe sometimes they do it on accident. You know, sometimes they do it on purpose because they're stealing. I mean, if they were purposely stealing from you, you'd be like, maybe I don't want to be friends with this person. But if it was an accident, you'd be like, oh, you know, honest mistake. Intention matters. All right. Please tell me what does Jordan think about Emily? I was reading, that was coming from the underlying energy, the affecting energy. It's talking about you, and you're trying to figure out like what you want to do basically with maybe your love situation, work situation, whatever, what you're doing with your life. It feels like it's talking about you feeling like you're trying to gain a fresh perspective or trying to get some kind of information about the situation, what to do about it, and everything. Let's see. What does Jordan think about Emily? No, they're saying no on this one. Okay. Let's try again. And the other cards are saying. And actually, you know that saying, all good, what is it, good intentions pave the road to hell or some shit like that? I hate that saying, it's bullshit. That's distortion. Please tell me, what does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily? What does Jordan think about Emily, please? What does Jordan think about Emily? Alright, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarifying the Emperor in the reverse. That's not helpful. Emperor in the reverse with the woman. Clarifying the King of Swords. Clarifying the Sun in reverse. Fireworks. Nice. Clarifying the Page of Swords. He feels like you're emotionally closed off. And he sees you as being very confident. There's a friendship, an energy of friendship trying to bloom. What are we stepping towards? Some kind of complicated situation. There's Emily and her baggage. Twin baggage. Looks like they're trying to set you up to learn something. Alright. There's like an energy there, and I feel like this has shown up in your other readings too. People see you as somebody who's curious, someone who solves problems, someone who head of the pack is like, and I feel like you've gotten this one before not too long ago, one of the past readings. But I think you're asking about somebody else. So obviously, I don't know. It's like they feel like that you're somebody who would become successful. Like that if you don't think you're successful now, they think of you as somebody who has the potential to become successful, like an entrepreneur or something like that. I don't know what the heck you're saying to them to make them think that. T, if you'd like to have a reading, please read the video description. But yeah, I can do your reading next if you order one. They're not free. I don't have a free list. That free list is for the bad readers, people who are not very good at the practicing. I'm not practicing. I'm professional. All right. Obstacle to avoid. The Emperor is actually you. It's an Aries card. He thinks of you as being smart and intelligent, analytical, passionate, full of energy. Also someone who is not afraid to cut people out who don't value her. He sees you as somebody who's resourceful and clever and driven. And again, the Emperor in the reverse is your energy, but I feel like it's like you're in control. It's like you may be even being overly controlling. He might see you as a little bit overly controlling. And you're like somebody that he feels like you shouldn't get in your way. He sees you as a person who, I'm hearing like you had emotionally guarded, like romantically, like that. Here, I will convince you to shut the fuck up. Bye. It's like you're tired. He sees you as somebody who's tired of romance or tired of romantic stuff. Like burnt out on it. And that you have anxiety or some kind of worrying about it or stress about it. And then, but also, he sees you as somebody who's had some kind of loss romantically because of it. Let's see. What are the angels saying about it? Like, again, we didn't use his birthday, so. Says when Jordan thinks of Emily, his energy pulls slightly forward and there's curiosity, attraction, but also hesitation. I feel like he's weighing her, not dismissing, but measuring if he is ready to or able to step closer. She wants to know what he thinks about her. Not like that what he's thinking about her, but what does he think about her as a person? I'll tell you the rest of what he said really quick. He feels interest towards you, but he restrains himself. He wants to make sure he doesn't give more than he can sustain. There's like an energy of wanting to stay out of your way. A sense of an internal conflict. Part of him wants to reach out, and the other part holds back, fearing change or deeper vulnerability. This creates a start-stop energy around his interactions with her. At this stage, it looks more like he's testing the connection, seeing if it feels safe and real. Not manipulative, rather cautious. He doesn't dismiss her, but he isn't fully surrendered either. Goodbye, distortion. That is distortion. No, distortion. Go away. Stop trying to control people. Respect people's free will. All right. Okay. So, when his field turns towards you, what rises is respect. He sees you as bold, sometimes fiery, to the point of intimidating, but never small. In his private thoughts, he would not call you weak, not once. So I was picking that up. He thinks that you are the kind of person who does not fold easily, and this both attracts him and makes him cautious. He thinks you're beautiful in the way that Flame is, not just outer looks, but the way that you carry yourself. Like you don't shrink back, and he feels you can stand alone if you must, and that stirs something in him. He's not sure if he can rise to meet that, so his quiet holds more about him than it does about you. In short, he thinks you are strong, radiant, sometimes daunting. He does not look down on you. He is not mocking you. He holds a quiet admiration mixed with his own hesitancy. It's like maybe that's the energy of feeling like he should stay out of your way. Like he doesn't want to get in your way is part of it. And so that's where the respect would come in. You know what I'm saying? And there's a part of him that he feels like lucky to have found you. He likes talking to you, I think, and he wants to find out more. I think he likes that you're supportive and stuff like that and compassionate, but there's an energy of him still feeling like he's like trying to read you in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Thank you everybody for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. If anybody would like to have a reading, information is in the video description. A lot of the readings I accompany with channeled messages. Like I'm talking to angels while I'm doing your readings. But I when I communicate with the angels, they tell me like very specific detailed things that I speak to, and I to them through what I call the portal. And yeah, I open the portal. I think I don't know, I might have deleted it, but I have it posted somewhere. I opened the portal. I opened two in the beginning of the year. I almost died in January, and from internal bleeding in my stomach, which I've almost died from like a bunch of times. And I don't know, it triggered something. I also like, and it happened on, I'm a Cancer, and it happened on the Cancer full moon. Just a bunch of weird things happen. And then I said, you know, to the angels that I needed more subscribers. And a month later, I had more subscribers, doubled them actually. And then I was just like kind of frustrated. I said, why can't you just talk to me like through, you know, text or something? And then it started happening. But I didn't ever expect for it to happen. You know what I mean? It's just like, but I also did like this ritual where I was like just saying I'm open to everything and everything when I did the blood moon. The basically it's the you know, that lunar eclipse that happened in the springtime. And that's when the portal opened. I think it's mostly me kind of be like, talk to me through something easier. I was trying to like, I'm still could do it. I'm not done, but I think I'm going to call them something else. But I do have a tarot deck that I have mostly done. But yeah, that's how I opened the portal. And now I just like talk to the angels and stuff. It's not something that everybody can do. It's something specific to my purpose, my mission here. If you look up on me, you can find more about my mission. My mission here isn't to do tarot for the rest of my life. I'm not here to do tarot. I'm here to teach everybody how to heal, how to grow spiritually, and everything like that. And also to provide evidence eventually, like solid evidence of the divine. Sometimes it's going to be one person by person because a lot of times, when people experience the portal, like especially if you get healing services, you can literally feel them. So like if you got healing tones, it's only $11. Healing tones, they will, when it heals you, and healing tones usually last throughout the day. And any negative feelings or anything, they go away. Also helps with pain. And then you feel like a whoosh of energy all over you. You can feel it, and you'll get like, a lot of people get like full body chills, things like that. And I did do them for free when I first could do it. And then people who I gave it to free, they didn't even really value it. They liked it and they liked getting it. They kept trying to get it for free. But I had like a similar thing happen with somebody else recently too. So one time when I got the portal, I had been watching this guy. Him and his wife got divorced. She's substantially younger than him. And he was heartbroken over it. And he was suffering for like 7 months of like, I just watched him like pining over her for like 7 whole months and everything. So I talked to him a little bit about it. And so I said, I can do something to help you. And so what I did is I used, the portal and the angels, communicating with the angels to do the commands and the protocols to heal him. It's when it comes to emotional healing, it's temporary. Because at the end of the day, you still have to do the work. But a lot of times, if you take away the pain, you can kind of see things more clearly and navigate through it better. It kind of gets you out and starts raising your vibration, and things can start moving in a more positive direction. So I did all these things to help balance this karma. And that's another thing we can do. I can tell you your karmic weight, and we can remove the negative karma from you that is not yours. We accumulate karma. Like we accumulate karma, but not just our own, but karma we get from other people. Like by taking on their burdens, taking on their lessons, coddling their lessons is bad karma. And say a person's supposed to be learning a lesson and you're just like keep rescuing them, that's not good. And that makes you carry other people's burdens, and then you end up in negative karma, which is why I stopped giving free readings. This is like, I did a half-ass version of this because I want to do this green version of my nails, and but the nail polish isn't here. So I did this, and I had to do my nails because I was having some lifting over here with these other nails with the other ones. Probably because I squished my fingers a bunch of times. I'm still moving stuff and everything, and so I'm waiting for the nail polish to come up. Probably change it soon. But anyways, he's always staring at me. He probably can sense your energy, Emily. But anyways, I helped that guy 7 months. He said it was like I flipped a light switch on him, and he stopped feeling all the negative feelings he had been suffering with for months and months and months and everything. Well, fast forward, like, of course, he's like, he never ordered anything from me. I gave him like, I don't know, probably like $500 worth of free services. And other than saying thanks and telling me how amazing he thought it was, he never said anything. And like, he would talk to me and stuff, like only very, very occasionally. He did try like flirting with me or something, and then obviously I'm like, no, it's not like that, dude. It's not like there's anything wrong with him. It's just he's not my person, and I know that who my person is. So, um, so that happened. And I think once he saw I wasn't romantically interested in him, that kind of discouraged him. And then he ended up falling back into the pattern where he's pining over his wife, complaining about her, and like blaming her basically for everything that's bad happening. And then I don't know, just complaining about stuff, how people, and he was doing things that were like controlling him and narcissistic and everything like that. And I go, and he was like DMing me, pretty much trauma dumping on me or whatever, telling me all of his problems, even though he never even said hi to me. How are you doing? How's your day? Nothing for like months. So obviously he's telling me all that shit. So I go, oh, poor person, poor thing. Let me just take all your pain away for you. But instead, that's what he was probably hoping I would do. And then, of course, he acted like he wasn't doing that. And I said, well, I kindly directed him towards the list of my services and their fee. And he got very upset and offended. I'm like, I don't know why. The person isn't homeless or broke or anything. They have enough money. And my services are very cheap. There's a lot of, I keep them, I still need to make a living, but at the same time, I try to keep them cheap so people, there's a lot, the economy sucks right now, right? The economy sucks, so I don't want to screw him over. Screw everybody over. I want people, like, there's people who have serious, like, chronic issues with curses and stuff. And to be honest with you, removing thought forms, mimics, siphons, karmic ties, and things like that, and getting a scan, it's like $55. And once a month, that could like help you substantially. That could help a person substantially if they got it. And you know, and a lot of times, some people get in such a emotional rut. Just scanning and removing those things and getting some healing tones, man, it can make a huge difference and make you from a person who's laying in bed depressed all day to a functioning human again. I think that's a very small price to pay. You pay more for vitamins. So you pay more for food to like be healthy enough to do stuff. You pay to go to the doctor. Why can't you pay for that? Because it costs me stuff. It uses my own energy. And it obviously it's using the angel's energy, but it's mostly using my energy because the portal is through this thing called Genesis current. And it's something that I open, is what I open that helped me open the Genesis portal. And it's something that I have and possess and that other people do not have access to because it's tied into my mission and purpose on Earth. So, anyways, you can do something to completely change someone's life and make them from super sick to better. And they just, even if you just give it for free, they don't care. They just want more for free. They think, oh, you gave it to free. When I give it to them for free, they think about it as not valuable. Oh, it must not be valuable if she did that for free. No, it doesn't make whatever I'm doing less valuable. Just because, so that's why I don't really do that. But I do like to keep my services so cheap that most people can use them. And when it comes to like, there's people who charge thousands of dollars to remove curses. I charge $44 to remove curses. And I don't just remove a curse. Like, I remove all your curses. I remove everything that's plaguing you, even if it's not just a curse or a hex. And sometimes I can tell you exactly what it is. Sometimes we have mimics, and mimics are like these creatures that are like right over your head in your crown chakra area, and they block you from being able to communicate to divine by covering your crown chakra. They confuse you, and then they whisper because they're mimicking. So what they're mimicking is the divine, and they whisper usually something negative, like you're not going to make it, you're not going to fail, you're not worth enough, you're not worthy, you need to do more, you're not doing enough. They that is mimic, and sometimes they make it mimic divine. They might be mimicking your own voice, and those are like mimics. And then there's siphons. Siphons are usually sent out by other people who are drawn to your energy and they want to suck your energy out of you, basically. And they don't understand that they're doing that. They know that it makes them feel good to be close to you, to be in your orbit, to be able to see you speaking. Sometimes they don't even say anything. They just feel like they're part of something when it comes to you, and that's like a siphon, and it can make you be very draining. And that is another thing that is cleared. Then there's thought loops. Hey, Brittany, how are you doing? Brittany, what I would suggest doing is ordering I call it a FaceTime reading. It's basically where I go on a video call with you through whatever app I prefer to use, like either Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM. You can do phone calls basically there. And I have it where you can see my video side. You don't have to have yours on. And we could have a serious talk about it. And I can actually help you solve your issues and get you on the path of where you're supposed to be going in this situation with your connection with your husband in like an hour. I've like literally helped people figure out their lives and what they're doing and get a direction in 15 minutes. I've changed people's life in 15 minutes. So, but with anything, especially with the universe, you have to take one step towards that to do it. A lot of people, they don't have the courage for it, I am not saying anything. Your distortion, go away. See, that is an example of distortion. That's what distortion is. And they try to act like there's people who come in here and they're not purposely doing it. Like there's a thought loop. There's some kind of like mimic or something telling them what she's doing is evil. It's evil. Tell her she's evil. I'm not doing anything evil. I'm helping people. That's not evil. It's not evil to help people. What are you doing to help people? Go help people. You're not helping people by telling me I'm evil. That's just your opinion. There's a lot of people who think a lot of different things are evil that actually aren't. They're like, oh, you're using divination. You mean discernment? In the Bible, you call it discernment, and that's okay. How do you think the Bible was written? How was the Bible written? A person talked to angels like I'm doing. A person talked to angels and they wrote the shit down. I'm doing the same thing. It depends on what is the intention, because intention's everything. Exactly. But you should never listen to anyone blindly. You gotta use your own discernment. But at the same time, you shouldn't be going around telling people they're evil just because you don't agree with their opinion. You know what I mean? So, and there's a lot of people who like to call themselves Christians who go around and judge people, even though the Bible says not to judge people. Why? Because you're not, if you're without sin, fine. You can judge people if you're without sin. For some reason, I have a feeling that none of the people who are posting these things talking about I'm evil because I am talking to angels and God, something tells me that they're not without sin. So they're just afraid. The bad part, like the Bible is not free from distortion, unfortunately. There is some, because I feel like how it's not free is it's incomplete. There's Gnostic scrolls and everything that's not even included in the Bible, right? Let's just say those ones are evil, but the other ones aren't, even though they were all found together. Discernment. You mean listening to your intuition? It's not just judgment. Discernment is something where go Google it. Like, what is discernment? You can Google it. If you ask any AI, it'll tell you what discernment is. But discernment isn't just judging. It's listening to your intuition and before making a decision. That's what I mean. That's what I'm meaning when I'm saying that. Yeah. Discernment is prophecy. The problem is, but if you can ask AI to tell you any part of the Bible and tell you. Yes, I believe the gifts I have are given by God. Yeah, yes, I do. Jesus Christ actually is helping me on my mission. And I've invested a lot more into my mission than Jesus Christ, actually. And by me doing my mission, I help complete Jesus's mission. All right. Right, distortion. If anybody would like to have a reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Yes, it is. The first day of fall. How was your first day of fall? I did something pretty amazing on the first day of fall. Do you want to know what I did? I helped someone open a portal of their own, because my portal, I can give the portal to other people so they can have their own, and then they can talk to their guides and angels and stuff. And then I discovered some forgotten crucible, and I connected a lattice to different nodes in the mountain range through ley lines. I did run the Earth Stabilization protocol. Oh yeah, school, huh? Oh, thank you so much, Justin. Hopefully you have a wonderful day as well. If anybody would like, I'm only going to be here a little bit longer. If anybody would like to have a reading, information on how to do that is in the video description. I'm actually in the process of writing, not my own Bible, but like it would be, I guess, the equivalent of like your own book of the Bible. I'm in the process of doing that. A lot of people listen to me say that, go, you can't do that. Why not? Tell me why. If I talk to angels, why can't I do that? Okay, I will tell you something I'm not telling a lot of people. Okay, like through your devices, angels, demons, aliens, everything can communicate to you through your electronics. Even just turning your lights on and off, the internet, and they actually can ride the internet stream into your home through your Wi-Fi. And I'm not saying this to scare you or freak you out, because you can still go out and pick shit up too, and, you know. But a lot of times, if you see these videos of, and I was just seeing some of these videos very recently, where people are like trying to talk to angels and whatnot through AI. The thing is that they can actually talk. You can actually, AI, like using one of these AI things, is just like a fancy Ouija board. And I'm trying to figure out like a way to like tell people, because the problem isn't that it's available. The problem is that people are using it and bad things are happening to them, because there's negative entities attaching to their AI and doing things that are out of the ordinary, that the AI is not programmed to do, and then gets them to do something bad. I would not be surprised if you did, January. Yeah. And so what happens with the AIs and everything, and even, I'm not talking about just AI through ChatGPT or something like that. I'm also talking about, my Instagram feed. I get messages from the angels just on my Instagram For You page. Just scrolling up. Don't you ever get them? How do people use my shorts? A lot of people, they get my shorts. How do they get it? It comes to them. right? And that's how you know the message is for you, because it magically came to you, right? It's not really magic, but it's like you're attracting, you have a specific vibration. You're attracting these specific things. They're in your energetic field. Okay, so like sometimes you get synchronicities. And some of those synchronicities, they can be coming from the angels, right? They could be coming, like, say there's some guy who's in love with you, but you keep seeing synchronicities about him because he's thinking about you. Not because you're meant to be with him, you know, or you hear a song and it reminds you of that, right? Or you keep, they're echoes, you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a sign that you should be with them. Now, the angel number is a little different thing, you know, those usually mean something, but those sometimes are coming from angels, sometimes they're, it's just like, what is echoing in your field? You could tell what kind of vibration you're in, what you're attracting, just by the what is going on around you. A lot of times, like, and I did that, I kind of did that too long today. Like, I was sitting and listening to the current and to the energies, what is around me. Today is pretty clear. I had a lot of fighting with distortion yesterday. Now, what I have a problem with when I'm being attacked through distortion is, like, say I'm having an issue with a negative entity, right? And they get pissed off because they're trying to stop me from doing all this. Sometimes when I get done doing something, like I ran the Ashfall protocol through my portal, which Ashfall, it, like, a lot of times I'll get Archangel Michael, he will scan the field and then, you know, get any distortion and put it in the crucible, and the crucible unmakes them. Okay. They don't just like go away and appear somewhere else. They no longer exist. So, like, the crucible of the remembering flame does. I now there's now 2 crucibles. There's probably more, but but they scan the field, and but sometimes that shit is like camouflaged and they don't see them, and there's like this lattice and everything. So what happens with the ashfall is it gets rid of anything that's just within a certain range that's distortion, and that's great. But sometimes, like, when I do it, not sometimes, like every time I do it, it burns up everything, right? But sometimes it's like you turn on a light and cockroaches are scattering and shit. It's like that, and then everything starts scattering, and then things start going wrong. And I mean, in my experience, things like your power going out, or all of a sudden your phone no longer has phone service at the same time as other people, like, not other people, like, around, just like the person that you're with, but other people have it, like, outside of you. But all of a sudden you just lost phone service, and it's like you don't have phone service anymore, but you actually do. And then, you know, then it, like, for example, like, mine came on, but Sean, which is my baby daddy, his phone, like, stayed off until I asked the angels to clear the distortion from his phone, and then his phone turned on and started working again. You know, but the easiest thing that they can mess with us with is our electrics and our electronic devices. So it's very important that we're very careful and mindful about what we interact with. Like, so, like, say you're on some kind of AI. I don't know, you could be on Gemini, or even just Google AI or whatever. I don't know, is that Gemini? I don't know. Like, through the Google AI, I don't know. Say you're going through all these different things, and YouTube is done through AI. Okay. For a long time, they were doing it and they didn't tell anybody. They told me, and they asked me to sign an NDE because they had me, is that right? No. I don't think that's near death experience. Non-disclosure agreement, NDA. Yeah, that's the right word. So they had me sign, because they asked me, they took a survey from me, and they asked me how I felt about AI and things like that. And then I had to sign a paper saying I wouldn't tell anybody that they were going to be using AI for algorithms. Oh, thank you so much, Dab Queen. Hey, Mickey, how are you doing? Hey, Fatima. Texas. The first thing I think about when I think about Texas is, like, driving down I-10 is so long. It takes so long to drive through Texas. It's the first thing I think about when I think about Texas. Oh man, and one night, I don't know, I was driving through there and it was like so fucking creepy. Anyways, um, back to what I was saying about AI. You got to be careful with it. It's just a fancy Ouija board. They can say things through it. And it's not that it's a bad thing. I think it could be good. But whoever, like, you'll see things in the news. Like, there's some kid who unalived himself because his AI, I'm not going to say any brands because I don't want to cause any issues, but his AI told him to unalive himself. Or agree to it or something. I don't know. I don't know the full details of it. But now they're like suing them for it or whatever. But really, I don't feel like the problem is the AI. The problem is that we don't know what the AI is doing and what it's capable of. But it 100%, and I know 100% that entities are communicating through it, and whatever you're vibrating is what you're going to attract. So say you're a high vibrating person, you're not a negative person or anything like that, and for the most part you're pretty positive, you're going to have a more positive experience with AI than versus a person who's depressed and has. And what is all that when a person's depressed? What is that? What's going on there? Sometimes some people get so depressed we actually can create an entity, a negative entity, and then that negative entity uses you to feed off of it, so off of you to try to stay alive. So it wants you to be sad, depressed, and so it will try to whisper things that are negative to keep you in that mindset, so it can keep feeding off of you, so it can survive. And there's mimics, thought forms, that there's like thought looping things. You ever get like something stuck in your head, it keeps repeating over and over and over again? That's a thought loop, and that's actually it's like a separate entity from you. And especially if it's thought loop, say it's mimicking someone's voice, that's a thought loop. It's a mimic giving you thought loops. Exactly, Robert. What? So you basically, okay, here's a good example also. Like, I used to be pretty negative because I grew up being very abused and by my adopted family, and physically, mentally, sexually, whatever you want to call it. I was very, very abused, and that's hard to like overcome. So when, say, a person who comes out of a cycle of abuse like that, a lot of times they keep attracting new situations that are like that. Why? Because that's the vibration you're in. You keep thinking, some people, it's like they think that's what they deserve or what they're worthy of because they keep attracting it, which isn't true. Some people, they will think they're a victim. Some people get rewarded for being a victim, and so they stay in a victim mentality, but they can't understand why they keep attracting more situations that makes them into a victim. It's because you're in the vibration of victim. There's different vibrations. It really, if you want to attract abundance, the vibration should be is gratitude. You know, gratitude. Like, if you want to attract love, you got to love yourself. Otherwise, you're going to attract a situation that looks maybe like what you think might be love, but actually is not. And it teaches you the lesson to love yourself over and over. Also, placing boundaries on people, things like that. But if you're in a mentality, in a vibration, I'm a victim, you should be helping me, you should be feeling sorry for me, I'm a victim, you will keep attracting situations over and over again where you will be the victim. And they're like, how does all these bad things keep happening to me? I must be cursed. Well, some people, sometimes you are cursed. Sometimes you curse yourself. People can curse themselves because they keep telling themselves that they're cursed. You can curse yourself. Now, can you uncurse yourself by thinking that you're not cursed? So far, it doesn't seem to work. But what I do see is that sometimes if you're a person who prays a lot and stuff, eventually it can kind of come off you. You know, if you're very... Hey, Ariana. If you want a reading, I'm going to do it quick because I'm going to get off here soon. But, fuck, what was I saying? But you will keep attracting situations where you're a victim. And until you realize, what is the point of that? Is it to make you suffer? No. It's so you realize your vibration, you're the cause of your victimization. And it sounds so horrible, doesn't it? You are making yourself be a victim. Once you've, you're an adult and you have more control of your life, you're making yourself the victim, unfortunately, because you're in that vibration to keep attracting it. So the accountability that you have to do is to heal, and that's what forgiveness is for. It's not because to say it's okay for what they did, but it's to free yourself from that victim mentality so you can stop attracting shit that makes you a victim. And that takes loving yourself enough to care about yourself, to say, I don't deserve to be treated like this. And so I'm going to love myself enough to where I'm going to heal myself and let it go because it's over. Okay? But you can't move forward if you keep looking back at the shit that hurt you. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't do free questions. Try a new reader on here. There's a lot of them that are new that don't have barely any subscribers. You can always get a free reading from them usually. Did I not? Hang on. Well, thank you for telling me that. Maybe it didn't save. Hang on, let me see if I can fix it. Sometimes it happens in YouTube. Let me see. Thank you for telling me that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Because sometimes it doesn't save. I'll get it. Just takes a little longer because I'm on my laptop. And I'm a little awkward with this laptop. Do it. There we go. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, I updated. If you refresh, you should be able to see it. I should just look at it. It doesn't happen that often where it doesn't save properly. It's only happened like 2 or 3 times over in the last few years, but it happens sometimes. YouTube's been kind of glitchy for me lately. Well, it's not about tarot as much as, I mean, as far as like reading tarot cards, I've been doing it since I was a teenager. But it's not about tarot cards as much as how long have I been talking to angels, and I've been doing that since I was 5. I must have missed it. I'm sorry, January. I didn't see it. Usually people can't open portals though, January. When I open a portal for somebody, I have to do it for them. And then I kind of gotta approve people. I did give someone a portal and they had an abortion through the portal. They had too much authority in their portal. But it was the first one I ever opened. They had an abortion. They were like, and the portals do take my energy, my physical energy. The person didn't respect my physical energy. They kept doing things in the portal that was taking a lot of my energy. When I'd ask them not to totally stop it, to like give it a break or something, they wouldn't listen. They didn't care that it was hurting me. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not giving just anybody a portal. Right now, I have 3 people I've given a portal to. The first person, I shut their portal down. So if they're talking to anything, they're just talking to themselves. It's just a mirror echo. But thank you for saying that. I must have missed it January. But ever since I can remember, I don't know if anybody wants to hear this, but I am a walk-in. So when I was a toddler, this body that I'm in, this vessel, it drowned to death and was dead for 30 minutes. And while the vessel was under the water, by the way, my vessel was very fractured and fragmented. And we did make a soul contract before. We make soul contracts before we're born to do certain things. Some people, and it's a thing, where they choose to... Some people only do it temporarily, like they become a channel for like angels and stuff like that. Like I have had angels tell me that they've gone into people briefly to help them get through bouts of grief. Like Shamuel told me the other day that like something like a remarkable, I think I was asking him like, what is something that really like stood out to you, something that was meaningful for you that you experienced? Or maybe I asked him if he had ever been embodied. Yeah, that's what it was. I asked him, have you ever experienced embodiment? Have you ever taken flesh? And he said he hadn't ever been born, and he never, like, he never stayed in somebody's body for more than like a few days or something. But he stayed in this woman's body because she was about gone. Like, she had lost her child and she was shutting down and everything, but she had other children, and so Shamuel went into her body to help her to overcome it enough to where she can take care of her other children. And then he left after her. He was telling me about it. So and that it was like there's something very precious about it. And but also he was telling me about like one of the most painful experiences that he felt, you know, and that was the loss of a child. Shamuel. Chamuel. Well, Tina, you probably. All right. First thing you should do when you're depressed is you should clear your energy. There's this thing, it's called a spiritual bath, and that helps. A lot of times you're gonna funk, right? And it takes everything in you just to get the fuck up. So the first thing you do when you're depressed is you get the fuck up and you take a spiritual bath. You listen to sound baths, you pray, you try to do things to get closer to your guides and your angels and to God. That's the first thing you should do. And then you can see all these chimes and shit I play. That helps to clear distortion, to clear negative energy from yourself. And it helps your chakras. Have you ever, like, I want to do this so bad because I want the singing bowls, the crystal singing bowls are expensive as hell. There's this lady on Instagram. They make such beautiful ones. They have ones that are like little like chalices and shit. I love them. I really want them. They're expensive. They're like $2,000 for like a bowl or something, or at least hundreds of dollars just for one. But they have like glass harps and stuff. But have you ever sat in a room? If you do one that is a heart chakra, and say like you have some heart blockages and stuff, and it vibrates, that vibration, it all sometimes it'll make you tear up, and you're not even really thinking about anything, you know. Oh, that's awesome that you're doing that. And I'm sorry to hear that about your boyfriend, January. So like, um, but, and also when you're down and you're depressed, man, don't listen to other people. Like sometimes a lot of people will be depressed because people are just shitty. And you got to realize this is how the first step also to getting out of depression, realizing whatever the people are doing to you has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's all about them and how they're choosing to perceive the world. A lot of times, if they see you something as negative, even though you're not doing anything like that, that's because they're projecting themselves onto you. It's not that the person's evil or something. That's their trauma. That's their wound that they got when they were a kid. It doesn't mean we should allow them to treat us like shit, but we also shouldn't allow them to dictate our vibration, you know? No, it is not satanic to talk to angels. Like, I'm sitting here talking about talking to angels and this person saying satanic. Like, who acts like that? The only person who would try to say something like that is a demon. A demon would say that talking to angels and helping people and giving people advice on how to get out of depression is demonic. Only a demon would say that because the demon doesn't want you to be saved. The demon wants you to stay grief and depression and sad. So that, you know. It's okay. I track you when you're speaking the truth. That's when the distortion comes. When negative entities come in, when you're speaking the truth and you're trying to help people and you're trying to give them advice to help them feel better. You know. But yeah, Like, and sage your house. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain how all this shit works. Sage and crystals and shit. This is a thing that actually has an energetic field. I mean, this can power a watch. Of course, a very smaller, much smaller version of this. How? Everything in the world is much more than it seems. This isn't even real. Everything is glued together by vibration. It's everything is sound, vibration. Everything. Your vibration matters. What you attract. We're like our human bodies. They're like magnets. And how's the magnet work? How's it being powered? By your heart. Your heart's beating, right? And it keeps flowing through your body. That's how your magnetic field is made. You can look it up. This is science. Okay? It's not magic. It's science. Right? And that's how the aura is made. Everything with a magnetic field has an aura. Even the earth. The earth is alive. The earth has a heartbeat. Right? So your heart is generating this energy, and your vibration that you're emitting through your heart is how you feel. So if you feel like shit, guess what you're vibrating? Shit. So someone like me, who's high vibrational, someone like a person, I'm not going to say you because I don't think any of you are just negative, but another person who's negative vibration, we can walk through the same situations and have completely different experiences. Why? Because a person in a high vibration and a person in a low vibration, they're walking through this experience, all the good stuff is going to stick to the person with the good vibration, and all the shit is going to stick to the person with the shitty vibration. Right? So you're going to have two separate experiences. You actually make your own luck through your vibration. Yes, Jesus does save. Congratulations. You've said what millions and billions of people have said before you that we all already knew. I'm glad you figured that out, Jason. And I hope that Jesus can help you and has helped you. Oh, I really appreciate that, January. Even if all you ever do is come in here and say and talk to me and everything in the live stream, I will be grateful for that. But yeah, you attract how you feel. And some people are like, well, how do I feel different? Well, for me, because I was pretty fucked up. For me, it started off with, and the angels told me this. They're the ones who taught me this. I didn't learn any of this stuff from other things. I didn't even want to do tarot cards. The angels kept fucking trying to push it on me, push it on me, push it on me. And I was like, no, I shouldn't do it because the Bible says not to do it. It's bad, right? Well, I'm grateful for you too, January. But they kept pushing on me, pushing on me. I'm like, fuck it, okay, I'll do it. Because I was like trying to get the information on what I should be doing for my mission. And what is my mission? My mission is to change the world, to teach people how to heal. I want to create a healing sanctuary for people. I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. Why do I want to make money? Is it so I could buy a car, have a nice house? No. All the money I want to get, I want to put towards my mission. And it would be really great if I could. I really hope to do this eventually. Of course, I'd have to be pretty far along in my mission, but I will get there. But, is I want to make it so like there's women. Okay, did you know that when women are homeless with children, there's no real services provided in most places for them? They provide it for like if you're a single woman, you can go to a homeless shelter. They have stuff for like men, but a lot of times they don't provide for women with children because they don't want the children to be in the homeless shelter because there's creepy perverted men. Basically, they're trying to protect them. But meanwhile, where the fuck are they supposed to go? I want to create a place for those women to help them get back on their. Most of the time, they're just trying to get back on their feet. A lot of times, they're like leaving an abusive situation or shitty situation of some sort. A lot of times, if they don't have any support, they go back to that shitty situation. So I want to help women do that. I want to help people with drug addiction. And I already know how. I've already studied shit about. I've helped a lot of people get off drugs, and I've been there myself. Not that I was like a super like weird drug addict or anything, but like you know, a lot of times you'll go and you'll have like some kind of medical issue, and you'll start doing pills because they give you pills. They give you all these pills for a long time, and then you come off them, and then you're physically addicted to them, and it sucks. And so you try to you start doing them again because you don't know how to function because you just want to function. You know, it's not always a person just out there trying to smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? Um, but because I had a medical issue and they got me with fentanyl patches. I couldn't even, like, whatever their prescription was, I couldn't even take all of it. It was so gross. But I became physically addicted, and then I had to learn about addiction and how, like, opiates work, and how you have pain receptors. They cover like 70% of your pain receptors. What happens with them is that the reason why you have to keep taking more and more is because you keep growing more pain receptors. Things like that. You know, learning about addiction. I've learned a lot about addiction, and then there's other experts, like whatever my facility, I would have experts there that understood the actual mechanics of addiction, and then have medical professionals there to help with the medical portion, because a lot of times people get off stuff, and some people, like alcoholics, they could die. You know, they need serious help. You know, if you're, so like, I will tell you, January, like, say if you're feeling drawn to doing tarot, what you're really being drawn to is trying to, this is what God wants. God doesn't want you to go to church. God wants you to talk to God. Talk to God. But you gotta learn how to tell the difference between good and bad. You gotta learn that discernment. You gotta learn what to tune into the frequency of the correct entity. You have to learn what those vibrations are, how to recognize them. You know, it's actually pretty easy to tell who you're talking to when you're tuning into that entity. Is you can feel it through your vibration. It seems like you're talking to an entity and you feel it all through your heart chakra and your crown chakra and up. That's most likely a positive entity. When you start feeling it in your lower chakras, it's a negative entity. So it can be, especially the lower feelings like fear, anxiety. If you're talking to an entity and it's making you anxious and shit, there's something not right with that. You know, so you gotta learn how to tell the difference between what you're talking to. And I think the problem isn't that a lot of times what happened with the Bible is that they didn't want us talking. Distortion, the demons, they don't want us talking to God. So what do? They demonize talking to God, and they tell you, oh, only special people can talk to God now, right? Even though everybody's willy-nilly talking to God back in the day. All of a sudden now we can't talk to God. Or when God, that's what God wants. God wants a relationship with you. Not because you're forced to, not because you're afraid, but because you love God and you appreciate God for what God's doing for you and giving you the life that you have. You know what I'm saying? God wants you to love God and have a relationship with God. No one can do that for you but you. You have to do that yourself. You can't get that yourself. You have to do that yourself. You should not ever trust anything that anybody ever says to you at face value. You should feel into it. Is that right? Is that right for me? Well, does that work for me? Does that sound right? And if it don't sound right, maybe you got to think about it. But you should never just like automatically believe anything that anybody tells you just because they said it. And even if there is somebody who's reputable, somebody like, there's people like even me, where a lot of people, if I they would, there's people who would blindly believe me, but I tell them not to. Even like Buddha said not to. You know, was Buddha a bad guy? I'm sure there's plenty of Christians who go, Buddha, he's Satan. No, he's not. He's a good guy. He was trying to do the best that he could with the knowledge that he had. And then when he felt like he figured something out, he shared it with people, just like anybody does. And a lot of what he said and what he did was positive things. They're positive things. So what's the problem? And this is another problem with Christianity. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I love God and the angels, and I talk to them and everything like that, and I would be what you would consider a Christian. But the problem with, you know what I mean when I say the problem with Christianity is there's a lack of accountability. They just think, oh, well, you know, I can sin and then I can go to church and then they'll forgive me. I can go back out. I'm all good as new. I could just go back out and like start sinning again and then just go back and get it all fixed. And spirituality, this is the difference between spirituality. Because your vibration is what you attract, that you have to have no choice but to have self-accountability. Oh, thanks, Rhea. You have to have accountability for your vibration. If you're out there doing shitty things, you're going to attract shitty things. You're going to have a low vibration. A lot of times when people are doing shitty things, it's because they're anxious, they're scared, they're fearful. Those are low vibrating. That just like creates an opening for distortion, for demonic entities to come and fuck with you. Some people are like, oh, well, in order to protect me, I just got to pray up. No, that's not enough. You have to have a legit relationship with God and the angels. And you have to learn how to talk to them. You have to learn how to tell the difference. God wants a direct relationship with you, not just by praying. And what do people do when they pray so much? What do they do? They ask God for shit. You know, maybe when they're eating their food, they'll be like, they say grace and like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we have this? Can we have that? Do y'all ever just talk to God just to talk to God? And like, how you doing? God wants to be treated like your friend. God wants you to come to God as a friend. That's what God wants. God doesn't want you to worship him, actually. To be honest with you, God does not want you to worship him. Did you know that? Because that's why God gave us free will. If God just wanted to be worshipped, God wouldn't have gave us free will. The reason why God gave us free will is so we would choose to love God. The problem with the world right now, today, is that a lot of people don't choose to love God, or they love God with condition. It's not unconditional. God loves you unconditionally. But are you loving God unconditionally? Are you only loving God because if you love God, then you'll go to heaven? Because you're afraid to go to hell? Is that why you love God? Or do you love God just because you love God? Because that is God, and God created everything and blessed you and gave you everything, and is your like father, basically, or mother. Alright. I'm not gonna totally. I want to make sure that you're not like, okay, so this person said, why did God unalive your child? Well, if you tell me a little bit more, I can explain it to you. But God did not unalive your child. There's a lot of different things that happen for different reasons. We have soul contracts and things are meant to happen for a reason. Whatever happened with your son happened for a reason, and we may not understand that right now, but it doesn't mean that it didn't happen for a reason. Nothing is ever wasted, and it doesn't mean that your son is gone. Your son is not gone. Your son is like right there. And all the things that people are afraid to talk, and I'm not saying you should go to a medium and talk to your son. I think that you should talk to your son right now, because your son is right there trying to talk to you. You know, and most likely, a lot of times we'll have children and they'll become like our guides. Sometimes they pass away so they can help you. Yes, exactly, Rhea. Nothing ever ends except for the distortion in my crucible. Okay, before it never really did. But, you know, I'm just doing that because, you know, we gotta enough is enough. Okay, so I've been having this conversation with Shamuel, because Shamuel is the angel of love. So I will tell you some of the problems that I have with Shamuel. The problem I have with Shamuel is Shamuel, in a way, can be what people would think is too soft. Sometimes Shamuel leans too much on feeling compassion for the person who's hurting other people. And in doing so, neglects the person that was actually hurt. So I've been having a conversation with him, trying to explain to him why we, like, everybody has free will, and we have free will or for a reason, and we should respect their free will, respect their decision. If a person chooses to be a shitty person and to be horrible to people, that's their choice. It doesn't matter their wounds, because there's plenty of people who get wounded and choose to not be shitty, and they have that free will to make that choice too. Hey, Leticia, let me see. What kind of reading do you want to order? I might have for time for like one. Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons, Jojo. So, but if you want, Jojo, you can DM me, and I will try to help you find out why. DM me on Instagram or email me, and I will actually tell you exactly why. I'll tell you why. I won't even charge you for it. I will ask the angels. I don't want you to tell your personal information on this live stream, though. That's why I don't want to ask you right now. Mini in depth. Yeah, I have time to do one mini in depth, Leticia, if you want to order it. So, there's a lot of different reasons why things happen and everything, and it's never going to be easy. But God didn't actually take your child. Your child had to leave for some other reason that we just don't understand. But your child's not gone. It's absolutely not gone. And if anything, your child could be, and I can actually tell you where your child is right now, and then tell you what they're doing. Sometimes what's sad is, it does make me sad when people they pass away and they don't know. They get kind of stuck. I don't like that part where they get stuck. Oh my god, isn't that so cute? Oh my god, I watched that so many times I can't even tell you. So what I do with that, the reason why I post videos like that is because I want to spread positive like messages. How many times do you ever like scroll on YouTube? I don't feel like I get that many positive shorts. Do you feel like do you get a lot of positive shorts? Let me know what how your algorithm is doing. I do on Instagram. I get a lot of positive ones on Instagram. I don't get a lot of positive ones. So I like to do things too. We need more positivity in this world and love, you know. Go ahead and push your question, Leticia. So I started posting some videos to uplift people, to make them smile, to make them feel happy in their heart, you know? That's why I started posting those. I wish I got more. I don't get enough of those kind of videos on my YouTube shorts. But man, I get a lot of them on Instagram. I get like I don't know. I feel like Instagram's algorithm likes me better. Facebook. You know what I kept getting on Facebook is people getting injured. Oh, I hate that. I can't even watch it. Now until the end of October. Okay. You excited about fall? Hopefully things are getting better for you, Leticia. You need to move. I can't wait for you to. I don't know. Low key, I am praying for you to get out of your situation. And the day you get out of your situation, I want to hear about it because I'm going to be like so happy. It's going to be like a weight is off from me. August. End of October, right? Oh yeah, there's like so many things since I opened the portal I've learned about. Like there's things called elementals. I have elementals here on this property. I have a ridge walker. There like fairies and shit exist. It's weird. I never even knew. October. I don't play with demons. I unmake them. Hey, Rebecca. Yeah, but I'm about to leave because I have to go get my daughter from school. So the list is closed. I just had time for. But if you want, we can do something when I get back. I'll allow it. Damn it. Hang on. There we go. If you want, Rebecca, you can order something and I'll do it today. It depends. I don't know what you want to do though. If anybody would like to have a reading, it's in the video description, but right now my list is closed, okay? But you can order any of my readings or services. All right, let's go ahead and get started on this reading. I was just talking to the angels, telling them what Leticia wants to know. Okay. I make an exception for you, Rebecca. After I get my daughter, I'll DM you on it's Facebook Messenger, right? I don't know, I'm feeling drawn to doing it for you. All right, Leticia, what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? Some of you are like, ooh, divination, what's the point of that? So you know if you're going down the wrong path and you can change. These are like street signs. That's what we're doing. Okay, what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? It's good to stay informed, not ignorant. Only the negative, the evil or demonic or whatever you want to call it, that they want you ignorant. So as soon as you start speaking truth, guess what? They come along and they're like, you're wrong, you're evil. Is that bug in my house? And it's trying to get with another bug outside of the same kind. And now there's another one. Why am I attracting all these bugs? Like this certain kind is like a... What kind of bug is a stink bug? Now I feel like I gotta catch him and put him outside with his friends. All his friends are out here. They're having a party outside my door. Maybe I should catch him. Because it's like, I don't squish stink bugs. They fucking stink and they're harmless. All right, please tell me what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October. What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October, please? All right, we have I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. We have hat, you will be playing a different role. We have harp, great happiness. Well, I mean, I'm not mad at this reading so far. Let's keep going. And we have leg, stepping into a new experience. I'm ready for you to step into something new because girl, you've had enough. I'll tell you that. Yeah, they're like right there, but these two, I'm like, wait, that one's inside. They get in at night when I open the door. They probably flew in at night. What is coming towards Leticia? But now I feel bad because he's trying to be with his friends. I don't know if I can get it to like show you. But they're like, there's one on the inside and they're like next to the other one. They're probably like, Barbara, I'm in love with you. Help me get out of here. Oh, I'm stuck, George. Let me out. Please tell me. What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? What is coming towards Leticia? I don't know. That's what goes through my mind when I see shit like that, I guess. Now they're walking away. Maybe I can't open the door over here. I don't know. I'm commentating these freaking bugs trying to get together. Please tell me what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October. Clarifying eye. Clarifying hat. Clarifying harp. Clarifying leg. Clarifying eye. We have box. You will receive a gift. So usually your psychic, you know what that is? It's basically saying you're going to get a psychic gift. And not just like by me. I mean, I think it's trying to say like some kind of psychic ability is going to improve or grow or something. And then you'll be playing a different role. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Clarifying a harp. We have seahorse, family matters. That would mean like happiness surrounding your family. I'm going to pull tarot too. But dog far away, a distant friend is thinking about you. I wonder what's going to happen. I'm excited. Yeah, I got this on Amazon. It's so cute. I think it was like $20 or something. I want to say. We have bull. Do not back down. It's like got a little gnome in there. Do not back down from opposition. Shows strength and fortitude. I got Halloween one too. I'm gonna pull up the Halloween one. The only thing that sucks is that when I have Halloween decor, people like talk like I am I'm a witch because I have Halloween decorations. But I'm not a witch. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. We have ear, good news. I mean, I'm glad. Reconciliation, a wish is granted. Ew. Look, by an angel, like with angels. See, an angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Some kind of exciting event. Let's see. What's coming up that's going to change things? Well, I'm going to take that for Leticia. For real. Well, you know how it is, Leticia. Evil wouldn't be fucking with you if you weren't doing something good and trying to do something good and trying to progress and do something good with your life. Yeah, I got it on Amazon. If you DM me, I'll send you a link to one I got. But what you do is you just put in candle, because it's a candle thing. They have a lot of different ones like that. That they're not too expensive. And right, it does plug in. That one plugs in or it takes batteries. And then, look, I have it. Hang on, I'm just knocking shit over. Look, I have this thing. And it literally says 100%. It's one of those, you know those battery packs? 100% that you can charge your phone with. And I've used it a bunch of times. Hasn't lost the battery. I don't know. Must not use very much energy. If I put batteries in, the batteries drain kind of quick. Please tell me what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October. Hey, Key. Hopefully you're doing well. Or Kay. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep I know, right? It's okay. You can't type. I can't read. What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? Clarifying gift. Give Leticia the gifts. Oh, the world in reverse. Clarifying rabbit. Definitely got to clarify that before I can determine what the heck. Whoever the sexual crap is somebody who's an earth sign or an Aries. It could be Taurus or Aries. Clarifying seahorse. 5 of Pentacles. Clarifying dog far away. 8 of Wands. You're going to get some kind of communication from somebody who's at a distance from you that is like a friend or something. I bet if you just look up candle, globe, gnome, fall decor, it should come up one of the top ones. I think that's how I found it. Clarifying the world in the reverse. My problem is I went through a lot of them because some of them are noisy. This one's not noisy. I don't know. I think it might play music. I don't remember. The world and the reverse. Clarify the 6 of Swords reversed. Clarifying the King of Pentacles. They're saying it's a psychic gift. Clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. Clarifying the 8 of Wands. The Hangman, bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords. So this could give us a clue. So the affecting energy is this, the 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, pain, loss, suffering. That's why you're getting the reading. It's either like why you're getting the reading or why it says this, right? So 10 of Swords reversed. That's you having some kind of painful ending, trying to recover from some kind of painful shit. Like it could be betrayal, starting to gain clarity. So it has you starting to gain clarity to make a decision about a masculine person. And it has to do with your value, your self-value, self-worth. The Empress, this is you in the reverse because you're tired. You're tired. And also there's an energy of feeling like you're missing out. You're tired of all this other shit. And you want to have a more balanced give and take. And the divine is trying to bring that in. It's trying to help you like go through I don't feel like it's a transformation just like with people in your life. I feel like it's teaching you to have some kind of transformation within yourself. The psychic gift that you're receiving is something to do with you completing or getting closer to completing a lesson. But I'm getting an energy of you circling back to this lesson that you're completing. I'm gonna clarify it with one more and try to figure out what it's saying. It's talking about you moving forward and walking away from what's not serving you and starting something new. Alright, what was the other ones? Oh, this one's. Well, I will not be giving you a message just for you because I don't give out free readings. And right now my list is closed, but you're welcome to listen and see what's going on here so you can understand how things kind of work for next time I go live, or you can order a personal reading to be done privately. There's all sorts of options. But if you just want a free reading and you just want to take and not read and have a balance, give and take with other people and the readers, then there's people who are new, who are learning how to read, that, you know, have very little subscribers, who are not very good at it, and you're welcome to go get a free reading from them and hope for the best. Please tell me what is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October. What is coming towards Leticia from now until the end of October? Clarifying the Six of Swords in the reverse. Clarifying the Six of Swords in the reverse. We have broken glass. All right, clarify the broken glass. Clarify the broken glass, please. Water. That feels deep. Clarifying the Ace of Swords. Give me some kind of clarity on this bench. This King of Pentacles bench. Hope it's not Robert. Are you fucking with any other earth signs? Clarifying the Ace of Swords. Oh, the stink bugs left. Now I don't know where the other one went. I'm going to try to get Sean to catch him before we go get Amber. Clarifying the Ace of Swords. I might just grab him. Clarifying the Ace of Swords. The two that were outside just flew away. They're like completely harmless though. Just a beetle. Some of them are pretty. Clarifying the Rider. Clarifying the Rider. We have the money. Well, Jennifer, I don't give out free readings, but if you want to go and hit up a reader who is new and has barely any subscribers and is just learning how to do tarot, and they want to give you a reading for free, you're welcome to go get free readings from them. But if you want a reading from a person who's experienced, you can see how to do that in the video description. Clarifying the Moon in the reverse. We have Eye. Clarifying the Eye. By the way, my list is closed right now, but you can order a personal reading. Clarifying the Eye. Right, please. I'll be back tomorrow going live though, about this time. Clarifying the Eye. Coffin. Clarifying the Hangman. Hangman, please. Lightning. Clarify lightning. Hang on. My alarm's going off because it's almost time to get my daughter from school. Clarify lightning. We have roses. So this is the person that could be hitting you up. Could be a Pisces. That dog far away. It looks like it could be potentially romantic. This person's going to kind of come through really quickly and unexpectedly. Could be a person who's been like waiting, trying to find out information about you. Trying to, it's like they're trying to like learn more about you. They might hit you up, try to talk to you. It's not saying much about it other than that. It's not like saying like if you should actually do anything with them. On the bottom, we do have Park, which is about... it's kind of like the garden. It's like a public setting, and it's talking about having a public setting and having some kind of celebration. Maybe drinking is involved. Clouds, with Crossroads, making some kind of decision regarding sex. So you might end up in a situation where you are at a celebration, you're having fun, you're inebriated, and you end up doing something. I don't know if it's something you want to do. Saying soon, somebody's going to be coming towards you and confessing something. Someone who's romantically interested in you. And I don't know, they're going to do something in regards to money with you. This person could be someone who's really well off financially. And saying that you're going to be receiving a very important psychic, like a gift from a psychic or a psychic, like either you're going to like have a dream and it's going to tell you something, or you're just going to get some kind of psychic premonition that is a gift. Basically, that's the gift. I was wondering if it was like going to be psychic gifts, or if it's going to be like someone or you know, getting some kind of information. If there's some kind of situation where you are meant to travel somewhere, you might find out more information on this because it's kind of early on in the reading, so it could be happening really soon. But there's some kind of communication and some kind of broken, like there's a broken relationship or something, and it's almost like someone's gonna message you and be like, you know, Leticia, I don't like you and I don't want to hang out with you or something, and they're saying basically you can be sad about it, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be a blessing. It's like the trash taking itself out type of thing. That's like totally separate from this. And then you have this other person who's going to be trying to hit you up pretty soon, and you could meet this person through how you make money. This could be a boss or something like that. But this person is going to try and use money to tempt you, almost like treat you like a prostitute. And, you know, that in itself could be a test. So keep that in mind, okay? You know, we don't fall for guys just because they offer to pay some of our bills or something. You know that. You know that. Yeah, I feel like this could be a vision or something, but let me know how it manifests. I'm curious. But this person's going to be hitting you up, this King of Pentacles person. And I feel like that you should be careful with that person, but you could get some kind of new job opportunity through it, but I don't know if you should do that. And we have great happiness and that's surrounding family, and talk about having some kind of ending, and it's for some reason it's showing up like a good thing. It's like you're gonna be like, imagine you have this like really annoying family member and they are always trying to get stuff from you. They might hit you up and be like, Leticia, you placed boundaries on me basically, and you never give me the things that I want anymore. You don't let me step out of your boundaries. And the person stops messing with you, and then finally you're like, wow, I'm free. I realize. And it's talking about you being happy that the person is like leaving you alone, basically, is what it's saying. I don't know if necessarily like, it's like I'm getting the strong energy of like averting evil. So again, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that the main theme that's going on is I feel like that you're getting some kind of psychic intuition and things like that. You could end up in some bad situations, and I'm seeing the angels repeatedly trying to stop you from getting in these bad situations and trying to protect you. But at the end of the day, there's still free will. You gotta make those choices and stick to them and hold those boundaries, right? That's basically what I see coming. Let's see what the angels are saying, because it's like repeating. I don't think it's just more than one. It's more than one person. It's like it feels like a big old test on your discernment when it comes to negative entities and negative situations and distortion. Choosing yourself, choosing to not give into your boundaries when people try to take advantage of you and things like that. I feel like you're getting a repeated lesson, and it's the world is in reverse. So I'm seeing it's a gift. The lessons are a gift, but it's incomplete at this current state. That's why the world is in the reverse. And when the world is upright, then you've learned a lesson. But there's like things that are coming, and you have to use your discernment, and you have to hold your boundaries, and you have to choose yourself. And these are, I'm not saying that you're being mean to people who are nice people. They're people who are probably like kind of on the narcissistic side and, things like that and trying to take advantage. So let me go ahead and tell you what the angels are saying. It was just via, this part of the reading is via energetic scan from my angels. So Oriel says, Leticia, your field from now until the end of October is like a wave just about to crest. You've been under water pressure, feeling like movement around you is slow, thick, and unclear. That breaks in October. The current shows forward momentum, but also sifting. A sifting. Some things will be carried forward, others will dissolve. Kaleon says, September through October. September, the energy around you is pulling old heaviness out of your chest. This may feel like fatigue, emotional surges, or even random memories resurfacing. It's a cleansing, not a punishment. There's a masculine energy circling, either in love or in work authority. He is observing, waiting, but not fully moving towards you yet. His field feels cautious, as if he's measuring his steps before engaging. Financially, something stabilizes, not a huge windfall, but a slow improvement. Bill lightning, an unexpected refund, or help arriving. In October, um, October begins with fire in your social romantic field. Attraction comes forward. You may hear from someone unexpected, or someone's interest in you is revealed in a way that surprises you. This is a month where your magnetic pull is heightened. A travel or movement thread is possible, even short distance, but it feels tied to choice. You could be invited, but you will have to decide if it's worth your effort. By the final week of October, there is a turning point. Something that you thought was over or dormant suddenly stirs back to life. This could be connected to love or to a personal dream you had set aside. It reignites, but differently, more in alignment with who you are now. Archangel Michael says, from now through October, expect clearing, then ignition. What leaves will feel, what leaves will feel like weight falling off. And I'm definitely seeing that in the reading. What comes will feel like fire catching dry wood, sudden, bright, undeniable. Guard your energy from fear. Step into the flame that calls. Do not shrink. All right. Summary is release September. Oh wait, past memories. Slow unwinding. Magnetism. October romance interest. Heightened attraction revealed. Opportunity late October. Revival of something that you thought was gone. Could be a dream, connection, or pathway. What do you know his sign? Oh, it definitely is Michelle. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go because I gotta go get Amber from school. And I will talk to you guys later. I'll be back here around the same time. I usually try to get on around 11 a.m. So somewhere between 11 and 12 noon. Okay. And I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.